Hey guys, and welcome back to Phil's Fishes. This is the first video of the predatory tank we've been talking about in previous videos. As you can see, the big silver Arowana, the boss of the tank, up here. Today's video will just be a brief description of the tank, go more in depth with it in future videos. You can see there what a beast he'll be when he's older. We've got the red Oscar, lovely coloration on him, nice boisterous boy. Got a little mark on his forehead that was caused yesterday when I did a water change. He never likes water changes, and he decided to try and fit in one of them coconut huts and scrape the top of his head on the door frame. We've got the big Peacock Bass, which when I first bought them was the little Peacock Bass, but you can see his adult coloration starting to come through now, and he's a big size. You can see him in up against the Oscar and the silver Arowana, about half the size of the silver, and this is the little Peacock Bass. He was the big guy, he used to bully that guy. He does not bully him anymore because he's only about half the size. Difference between the two of them is one eats hickory pellets and the other one is very picky and only really likes bloodworms. I bet you can tell which one's which. Then we've got the common strain, Jack Dempsey, still loads of blues on him, really colourful Jack Dempsey. There you go, you can really see them there on the side view. Then we've got the clown knife fish. He's starting to grow now. There's always a little guy in this tank, but he's grown now, feeding well on the hickory pellets as well. He'll eat anything. He'll even go for prawns 3 times too big for his mouth. And then at the bottom we've got the mascot of the tank, a little female Kribensis. She scoots about the bottom, and as you can tell, if you look at her, no fin nips, no torn fins at all. The Oscar will try and chase her, but the Oscar loves the limelight, so anytime she comes near the front of the tank, he will chase her away. But yeah, so this is the predatory community tank. Obviously you can see by the fins, I think we've got a little nick on the back of the Jack Dempsey, a couple of little marks on the clown knife. That's actually from the Jack Dempsey, because it used to be where the Jack Dempsey used to be quite timid in this tank and light in coloration, and he used to hide just down there underneath the filter output. But we've added these 2 coconuts in, and now he'll go in that coconut there, and at a night time, obviously the clown knife is the most active fish out of these guys on a night time. He'll actually come out and he'll chase the clown knife away, which is why underneath you've got some slight rips to the fins there. Well, nothing too major, they all get on, no one's hiding away in this tank. You can see they haven't been fed yet tonight, and they can see me through the glass, and there's no real fighting. They'll just chase each other every now and again, getting excited for the food. Not going to do a massive feed here. They will be getting prawns later on, but all we'll be doing today is just feeding some of the Ikari cichlid gold floating pellets. Now, out of the fish that are in here, the large peacock bass, the Oscar, will be the most dominant ones for these. The clown knife should pop up, and also the Jack Dempsey. So if we just put that to the front there, normally the peacock bass sees that, perks him up a bit, he knows what's coming. The Oscar as well. What we'll do, put that up to the surface. See all that on the surface. I feed them a lot of mealworms and crickets. The Oscar and the Arowana, especially the crickets, and all the other fish will eat the mealworms. So a lot of that is just the skins of the mealworms and bits of the crickets that they've just spat out. Jack Dempsey's got a habit of just sucking the mealworm like an ice pop and then leaving the skin and spitting that out. As you can see there, the Arowana has no interest in pellets at the moment. I managed to get some predatory pellets into him, but I hide them in his prawns. He'll come up and eat the prawns, but I don't have much chance of him getting anything on its own. Just show you the view from here. You can see the colour difference on the top of the silver Arowana, because it's a view that people who don't have Arowanas don't often see. But if you can see across the middle of the back, they actually appear green. They're not silver all the way across. I mean, he's quite a friendly guy, he doesn't mind getting stroked. There are some fish that aren't so keen, but he seems to come back, enjoys petting actually, as you can see there. He is the gaffer of the tank. He's, whenever, even if there's no food in there for him, he'll circle over here near me, wondering if something's going to be coming for him. There's the Oscar eating away. You can really see the size difference there on them two peacock bass. The actual bigger one was a lot lower down in the tank there. He still looked double the size. As you can see around there, you get the little Kribensis there. She'll pick away any missing food. So yeah guys, that is the predatory tank I know a lot of people have been waiting to see. Standard setup, heater, air stone, obviously a lot more coming in than in the 4-compartment tank, because there is quite a few fish in here for this size of tank. I'm moving home soon, so for the size of tank that we're going to be upgrading to for these guys, we're going to put up with it for now. I mean, at the minute we've got an All Pond Solutions 2000 plus on there, which holds about 5 kilograms of the bio home media, so we've got plenty of media in there for the filtration of the tank, and it is a good powerful filter for this size of aquarium. It's only about a 2-foot cube. I mean, when I got these guys, they looked absolutely tiny in it. You see the little tiny sort of scrawny Arowanas. That's what he or she looked like then. The Oscar was tiny. Actually, the Oscar's a bit of a success story, because when we bought him he was tiny, but he'd been donated to the local fish store with 3 other Oscars. One of them was nearly dead, the amount of fin loss that it had. There was 2 bigger Oscars which were the more dominant, and this little guy who's slightly bigger now, and he had a lot of torn fins. He was struggling to swim as well when we first got him. I mean, you can still kind of see some of the scarring on the side of his belly there, and obviously these guys, they heal pretty well, but he had massive damage on him, so we took him in, and because I saw the potential in the amount of red that he's got on him. I think he'll look amazing when he's older. The clown knife was a pain at first. He's been in a couple of the other tanks. Put him in the guppy tank just to try and boost his confidence, because he was a very shy fish when we first got him. But he's come along nicely now. He feeds well. This was the guy who I thought we'd have problems with, because when we first got all the fish, they were all about the same size as him. He was possibly the biggest fish other than the Arowana, and he used to bully all the other guys. But now, as you can see, probably even the Jack Dempsey's bigger than him. But he still does like to flare his gills up every now and again and have a fight with the bigger boys, but he soon gets put in his place. But obviously, if you watched yesterday's video, I told you about when you have a predatory tank, just because they get on it as fry and as juveniles doesn't mean they're going to get on in adulthood, and that could be an issue for him in the bigger tank, because once he gets the same size as the rest of these guys and catches up, we might have problems there. But if you've watched my other videos, you'll know there's another 4 baby peacock bass in the other tank that once they're grown out, they'll be going in the new tank once we get moved. That should all be happening in the next month or so, so stay tuned for updates on that, and I'll get some videos of us installing the tank, different bits like that. But yeah guys, this is just a brief one of the big pred tank. I'm going to go and defrost some prawns for this big lad and hide some pellets in there for him. As you can see, he's going to be a lovely fish. Really are my favourite fish, like the Arowanas, as a lot of aquarium hobbyists. But yeah, as always, this is heated at 28, 29 degrees. Should, with a bit of luck, pick that up. There you go. Keeps everything out of there, all the nasties. But yeah guys, I think we'll end the video there. Let's see the female Kribensis there scurrying about. She'll be looking for a bit of food now. She picks off at the prawns that don't get caught by the bigger guys. So yeah, thanks for watching again guys. Hope you enjoy this one. If you want any specific videos on this tank, or a specific video about one fish in particular in this tank, I know which one I'm thinking about doing. Give me a comment on this video and I'll get that done for you. Anyway, as always, like and subscribe guys. Hope you're having a good day, and I'll see you all again soon.